Hello Taurus. It is my intention to share with you today the reading that is going to give you the map of the energies you're going to go through during this first 15 days of April. So basically this session is going to be about your astrological situation. So I'm going to be giving you an update on your astrological situation from your science perspective. Also, I'm going to give you a reading which is going to be part intuitive, which means whatever cards fall, that's what you are meant to hear. But also something else that I dreamt, so I'm going to give it to you. It's going to be called the Pillars of Mercy. And it's going to give you the steps you have to follow so you can heal yourself and awake and be enlightened and do whatever enlightened beings do when they are free in their time. Right, let's go with your reading, okay? So, thank you for giving me answers that are clear, direct, concise and precise, so that anything that Taurus may knows, and thus allowing them to make their own best decisions in the future, because it is my honest intention to help you out, guys. And if I have the chance to do so, then why not? Why not? Okay, then we have the first card, which is the Seven of Swords reverse. That means that you are trying to do things differently. You're basically admitting to your own faults. You're saying, yes, I'm trying to avoid this situation. I'm trying to not confront this issue. And that hasn't really been doing me any good because it hasn't changed anything. And in fact, it is making it worse because by keeping information inside of me, starts pulling me apart. This means problems in the family or with your closest circle. It means that there are some disagreements or some differences, and you're gonna work through them to heal them. And it's gonna be worth it. Working with your family, trying to heal whatever has happened in the past, trying to reach out to them and see what's up. And just basically, at least hearing them out. It's gonna be worth it in the end, so you might as well do it, because it is very important, more important than you realize, Taurus. Your participation is required in that situation, and that's interesting that it comes up, because I don't really see anything with you related with your family, astrologically speaking, but it comes out here. So, or maybe it is something else. It is like, maybe you've been trying to solve the situations, and you've had hope that this situation was gonna change, but it hasn't. So that is keeping you kind of worried or stressed or anxious. But thing is, the first card was the Seven of Swords, which means that Seven of Swords reversed. That means that there are some situations that are changing slowly. Some illusions, perhaps. Hermits. And the Four of Cups. So you have to look within. You have to look within, because that emotional stability that you've been waiting for is right inside of you, and as soon as you find it, you're gonna be able to go after what you want. Something is really bothering you. There's something getting in the way of your perfect emotional fulfillment, which is the Ten of Cups reversed. And that perfect emotional fulfillment, you've been working hard at it, but you've been getting nothing in return so far. I think the situation hasn't changed. You haven't been called to be who you want to be inside, and you know you deserve it, so what's happening? What's going on? Why are things not changing? And the thing is, things are not gonna change. Yeah, the opportunity is gonna present itself to you, but in order for the opportunity to manifest, you also have to realize that you have to become this guy, which is someone who goes and gets it. This guy is capable of leaving things behind in order to get the new things he wants or is looking for. So, let's go with the first part of the reading, which is Pillars of Mercy. What is the first step? This is a question I'm going to answer for you guys. What is the root of what's going to happen during the first 15 days of April? I want to know the root. I want to understand, to see the things in the context that we need to understand in order for us to truly get the entire picture of our lives during this time, this period of time. So the first root is Knight of Wands reverse, which means that you haven't really risen up to the challenge. You know, you've been expecting things to be given to you, not freely, not in a mediocre way. You've been working hard to get them. We already saw that right here with the Seven of Pentacles. But you've been failing to rise up to the challenge because the situation is not changing, and if the situation doesn't change, then what? If the situation never changes, if that which you are seeking for never presents itself to you, then of course you have to go get it. But you haven't in the past. You've been resting comfortably. Not that it's bad, but it's also not good, clearly, because you're feeling miserable because of this, probably. Now, the thing is, you were aware of this. You were aware that you were not really taking the fight to where it had to be taken. You were aware that you were not rising up to the challenges. I think that you were pissed off as well in the past, but you didn't allow that to get into you, which is a good thing. It means that you were taking things calmly, and it allowed you to have a time of introspection to really understand what was going on. And yeah, you had faith, you kept working, you kept developing, you really looked at this chance that it was gonna transform into something positive. You had faith that this was gonna be, like, you had faith that your effort was gonna change the situation, was gonna release you eventually. But yeah, so that's the root. The root is that you knew that you were not really, maybe you didn't feel rewarded, you didn't feel recognized, you didn't feel passionate, you didn't feel engaged with your work. And you were aware of that, but you had faith that if you kept developing yourself, then you were gonna get what you wanted. See? This is you. You were standing your ground. You said, this is worth it. I'm gonna do it, because it is worth it. And I know it. But, well, this is the second part of the reading, which is what's gonna actually happen during the 15 days. What's gonna happen actually during this 15 days for you, Taurus? First half of April. So you can be aware. And you can make the best of choices. Because that's what I truly wish for you. Alright, you want to come out? Come out then. This is the first card for the first half of April. Nine of Swords, Eight of Swords. That means that you're gonna be feeling restricted, you're gonna be feeling limited, you're gonna be feeling like you have no other choice, no other alternative, no way out, nothing to do, nowhere to go. When all of this is false. And why is this false? Because it is all in your mind, as we clearly see. You can break free from those bonds. You don't have to stand your ground, you can go your own way, if you so choose. But yeah, during this first half of April, you're gonna be feeling like this. It is difficult because the Star reverse means that it is the right process for you, and you need to have faith that feeling like this is gonna allow you to be who you really want to be in the end. But yeah, it doesn't feel comfortable at all, does it? Having to tolerate the situation, having to deal with it, having to put up with this kind of circumstances is not really good for you. It's not really making you happy. But you really need to have faith, you know. It's like the star tells you that it is the right path for you right now. Because, you know, you have been closing yourself. You've been following a lie, Taurus. You've been following a delusion. You've been deluding yourself into thinking that you cannot have any more than what you have right now, and you have to conform to that, because that's the way things are, and not really. That's the way you are. And you gotta really face that during this 15 days. You really need to face that inner turmoil or inner lie you are following, because you want to keep comfortable in that area of comfort. And you really need to go out of it. You really need to go beyond it. Because who you really are is not this. It is what you haven't seen of you yet. And there's always going to be something you haven't seen of yourself. So you have to go chase that. Because it is evolution, baby. That's the way its evolution works, you know. Evolution goes in new directions, and evolution happens when there's an obstacle that doesn't change. So if that obstacle doesn't change, then you change. You turn into someone new. So, what are the last step in this Pillars of Mercy reading? How you should behave. The things you should do so you can get the most out of this period of time. So how should you behave? Taurus, that's what I'm asking. The way you should behave is the following. King of Wands. Have some faith in yourself. Chase yourself. Be passionate about yourself. Express yourself. Do it. Be competitive. Put yourself to the test. See what happens. Put some risk into your life, man or girl. You know, just like live it. Experience it. Taste the burn. Yeah, because it's gonna hurt, but it's gonna also move you in the right direction. 9 of Wands. Yeah, you have right now Pluto in your 9th house, so you're gonna listen to this about a little bit. But the thing is, expansion is not gonna be feeling comfortable, but it is completely necessary for your own good. So learn to cope with it. Deal with it, Taurus. There's no other way around it. The King of Wands is so confident because he has been burned in the past by the flames. And yet, he has come out on top to be able to dominate those flames. And now, right now, he's the embodiment of that energy. And so are you. But you really need to believe in yourself. And stop thinking like, well, I really can't have any more because this is what I have. And yeah, just gonna wait it out for a bit and see what happens, because definitely my effort is gonna help me change the situation. And it's like, nope, that's a lie, and you know it, and you have to find a way to act in a different to shine, man. Be passionate, chase your own dreams, go after the things you want to do, for God's sake. You know, like, love yourself. You are amazing, you're awesome. Everyone should know that right now, and you should be able to behave in such a way. Right, so what are the last things I can tell you, Taurus? From an astrological point of view, this makes complete sense, because you have Venus in your, you have Venus retrograde in your 11th house, which is basically making you take a look at your groups, and basically the wishes you want to fulfill during this life. The things you want to live. And that is going to be in square with Saturn in your 8th house, which means that right now you are being pushed forward in your transformation process. Basically, it's like you are being pushed to transform in new ways so you can fulfill your new wishes, and that's not going to be you're not going to be finding that pleasant, but it is completely necessary. And also, your Sun is going to be in conjunction with Uranus in your 12th house, which is basically siding with your intuition rather than hard facts. And this will completely help your transformation due to the positive aspects during this 15 days. I feel that you're going to be realizing more, you're going to be becoming more self-aware about your own tendencies. So you're going to be like going, well, this is not really right. I should be doing things in a different way, or you should be like looking at the meaning of things behind my routine. And you're gonna be able to change that, hopefully, which is gonna help your transformation, as I said. Third, Mars is in your 1st house. Right now you are Mars. Please make the most of that energy. Right now you are capable of taking a beating because you are Mars. You are competitive, you're able to deal with it. You are a warrior, so act like one. And realize that this energy of being a warrior is going to synergize well with Neptune in your 11th house, which is going to be having mystical and spiritual confusing experiences in your groups and in your wishes. And maybe some conversations with very meaningful groups of people, you know? So that's going to push you to become and be that one you are inside. And that's gonna then transition into an energy which is basically acting for yourself, harmonizes with your deep need to expand. You have Pluto in your 9th house. That means that right now your process of expansion is experiencing lots of difficulties and you're facing the worst of your limitations. So then you can exceed them, go beyond them. And well, we can see it right here. Like you have the Hermits and the Four of Cups, which means that you have to take a look into your emotional stability. You have to take a look into what makes you feel safe. And then once you realize and change that, you have to go beyond it. And it's not something you are gonna feel comfortable because you like what's comfortable. You like stability. You like things to be the same. Maybe not the same, but you like simple things. You like the simple life. You don't like big changes. This is generally speaking, all right? This is not for everyone. There are some Taurus that are more adaptable than on any other sign. But generally speaking, Tauruses are very comfortable in their situations in life. Finally, you have the North Node in your 5th house, which means that right now it is a time for you to follow your passions. It is a time for you to be like this. Highlight yourself. Put yourself first put your own personal transformation and your own personal needs first. And don't forget about the rest, but realize that you really need to change in a way that allows you to shine. Which is coincidentally the advice you got for the future. Learn to cope with the difficult situations, because those difficult situations are gonna turn you into who you want to be, into who you are, deep inside. Someone very passionate about life. That's it, Taurus. I hope this reading or session really helps you out make good decisions. And I wish you the very best. If this reading resonated with you, thank you for the thumbs up in my video, thank you for subscribing to my channel, and thank you for taking the time to listen to my advice. And I'm sorry for any kind of environmental sound. I really don't have my own place right now, so I'm making the best with what I have. Thank you for your understanding. Anyway, if you want to contact me for any kind of personal reading or session, you can do so with my contact information right in the description box below. I wish you the very best, guys. Cheers.